Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Jason Ingram. So, wanted to get on here and talk a little bit and give my thoughts on Anthony Richardson, Florida quarterback, Anthony Richardson's pro day, and just kind of give my thoughts on what I saw and just give my overall take. Who's entering the draft for this upcoming 2023 NFL draft. But first, I want to be sure to let everybody know to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you find something that you like and want to make a purchase, be sure to use the promo code BlitzballChamp and you get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that coupon. Okay, Anthony Richardson had his pro day earlier today. I believe it was 11 or 11:30 this morning. So got a chance to mainly check out highlights. I caught some. I know some of the folks were live streaming some of his pro day, but I caught a good handful of just highlights of him throwing and just many different things like that. So just a little background. Anthony Richardson, he's 21 years old. He actually has a May birthday, just like me. So he'll be 22 in May. 6'4", 232 pounds. Of course, played at Florida, University of Florida, the Florida Gators. He is from Miami, Florida. Entering in this draft, decides to forego another year of college to enter the draft. Here's my thing. I know a lot of people have said that he's a project quarterback, but yet has the highest ceiling. Now, looking at his pro day, which, I do understand that it is just a pro day. That shouldn't be the end-all, be-all. I'll say this. Dude has a heck of an arm. Heck of a release. Footwork could be better. But dude has one heck of an arm. And I love his release. I like his size, his overall look, his overall size. It's really cool. And I can see why people are, comparing the look to a Cam Newton. I get it. Definitely get it. But yeah, I loved, a good handful of the throws that he made. On point. The releases. I really like his release, his throwing motion and whatnot. Overall, here's my thing about Anthony Richardson. He's definitely, one of the youngins at quarterback coming out of this draft. I get how folks are giving him a high ceiling. The athleticism is definitely there. Without a doubt, the athleticism is there. The main things that stand out to me, because, we have to think about this. He's only started 13 games in college. Only 13 games he's started. Not a lot. I know a lot of people look at his completion percentage. 53.8 in 2022. But one of the things that I believe Dan Orlovsky pointed out was that a big portion of that completion percentage took a hit from dropped balls by the receiver. Not so much ball placement, but that the receiver just couldn't make the catch. Got hands on it, couldn't make the catch. Which I can understand how that can make the quarterback look bad. Because the quarterback can put it on the money, but if receiver can't catch it, if the receiver gets his hands on it, doesn't bring it in, that's on the receiver. But of course, still the quarterback's job to put it where the receiver can get it. But It takes both happening for it to equal success. The throw, the catch. So a lot of folks may be, throwing that in as far as, questioning of his accuracy, which, 53.8% completion percentage isn't spectacular. Also, I don't think he is ready day one. And I feel like whichever team drafts him, I believe has to be a team that is willing to be very patient with his development. But when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, I don't see the Carolina Panthers as being that patient team. Mr. Tepper said it. Wants to win now. I think the Keep Pounding Nation as a whole wants to win now. And drafting an Anthony Richardson does not seem like a win now move. Going for an Anthony Richardson doesn't seem like a trade up to the number one overall pick to make said move. Now, that's not me throwing a lot of shade to Anthony Richardson, but I'm respecting the fact that I believe that Anthony Richardson has the potential start off as a prospect, but give it maybe maybe 2 to 4 years, and he could blow up into a legit quarterback in the NFL. With the right development, the right coaching. If you ask me, I think the Raiders drafting him, I think could be perfect. Him learning and playing behind Jimmy Garoppolo, why not the Raiders? Why not the Raiders? The Colts, The Colts, I don't know. Maybe he could go to the Colts. But you know what? I think he would be a great fit with the Raiders. Raiders got Jimmy Garoppolo. I really think he could fit well with the Raiders. And I know, I believe the Colts do have Nick Foles, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I mean, Nick Foles is an 11-year vet. But, I just feel like the Raiders makes the most sense as far as them getting Anthony Richardson in the draft. I really do. Raiders are picking number 7. I really feel like that makes sense. Now, according to the Tankathon, they had the Colts going Anthony Richardson, which I guess could still happen. But I really feel like whatever team drafts Anthony Richardson, I think has to be very patient and be willing to develop him. Allow him the time for him to be developed. And they sow into Anthony Richardson and really unlock his potential. If his ceiling is really that high. And like I said before, with him being only 21 years old, like, what? He signs a rookie contract. At the end of the rookie contract, he'll be like, what, 25? Like, I feel like in that period, especially with him playing behind, if he goes to the Raiders, a Jimmy Garoppolo, or if he goes to the Colts, behind a Nick Foles. But that veteran experience plus good coaching and development, I think give 2, maybe 4 years, Anthony Richardson could blow up. He could end up being a bust as well, which that would suck. But I think perhaps with the right coaching, development, upbringing, he could blow up into a legit quarterback. We'll have to see. But as I said before, I don't see the Carolina Panthers as a team that would be willing to be patient on Anthony Richardson. And the reason why I say that, two reasons. One, look at the coaching staff that Carolina brought in. Plus the fact that Anthony Richardson is pretty much, a prospect, a project quarterback. And I really feel like the Panthers brought in this elite list coaching staff because they want to win now. And they want to make big moves that signify win now. Secondly, Anthony Richardson, there's not really a whole lot to see. 13 total started games in his career. That's not a lot. And I understand he's at this point he was only a sophomore. I understand. But that's not really a whole lot. That still is project level. So that's what kind of worries me. The footwork as well. Big guy. He's got the size. I'll give him that. He's got the size. Like I said, the accuracy, that could be argued for, the drop balls from the wide receivers he had. But my thing is this. Because Carolina is in win now, and I think the fan base would agree, getting Anthony Richardson really does not seem like a win now move. It just doesn't seem like a win now move. Like I said, I could see, maybe the Colts, maybe the Raiders, especially he would be able to play behind and learn from a Jimmy Garoppolo, somebody that's been successful, somebody that's played in a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So I just really... I'm not going to say Anthony Richardson is trash. I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that. But I definitely would agree that he's not ready. I don't think he's ready. And while a team will most likely draft him in the first round, I think he will get drafted in the first round because there are a couple of teams that do need quarterbacks. But I see it being a team that is willing to be patient with him and his development. Whether he is a bust or not remains to be seen. I'd say we'll probably have our answer in 3 to 4 years, whether he's a bust or not. Like I said, the dude is young and has a high ceiling, as many say. But I think when it comes down to it, I see him as a project quarterback that has a lot of potential and should really go to a team that is willing to invest in him long term, help him really take initiative in developing him. And then that happens and it works out, I think he could end up being a beast of a quarterback. And if not, then I guess he'll end up being a bust. But no, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's trash. I don't think he's trash. I mean, the concerns, there's definitely plenty of reasons to be concerned, but I think with the right coaching and the right development and the right system, I think he can shine. I think he will eventually shine. But it comes down to what team is willing and are patient enough to invest in him. Remains to be seen, but I do not think that team is the Carolina Panthers, because the motives are different. And with the lack of success that we've had at quarterback for the last handful of years, that is something we need to get right. We need to get right. And really, I just don't think right now Anthony Richardson is ready. So that's my take on it. But guy seems pretty cool. I like his arm. I like his release. I like his size. I like his overall attitude. He understands that, he has lacked consistency. He understands that. And I give him credit for accountability in accepting that. And he understands that inconsistency is not going to get you far. He understands that. So I got to give him credit for that. I hope it works out for him. I really do. I really do. But that's my take from what I've seen of his pro day. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's his pro day. I mean, whoever drafts him, we got to see how he does, training camp, OTAs. Got to see how he does in preseason, as well as the other quarterbacks as well. Because you never know. You never know. But that's all I have to say about Anthony Richardson. Like I said, don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What did y'all think of Anthony Richardson? What do you think of his pro day? What are some things that you saw? What are things that you like about Anthony Richardson? What don't you like about Anthony Richardson? How do you think he's going to do in the NFL? Who do you think is going to draft him? Well, let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it as well. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Carolina Panthers Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.